half of working-age Americans are struggling to pay for health care.
Half of U.S. adults struggle to afford health care.
Gun-related incidents have resulted in over 42,400 deaths.
Nearly 43,000 deaths from gun violence in 2023 alone.
According to new federal data, a record number of people are now unhoused.
This issue will destroy New York City.
Over 500,000 homeless people in the U.S.
60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck.
70% Americans unable to cover monthly bills.
Well, instead of the American dream, all these statistics make it look more like the American nightmare, hidden behind the lights of the election that have been dazzling the public for months. But now, since the elections are over, this is basically the reality that incoming US President Donald Trump will have to face once he takes office in January. But listen, there is more. A Pew Research Center 2023 survey showed that the top problems facing the nation, according to US citizens, are inflation, healthcare affordability, drug addiction, and gun violence. I guess the American dream got expensive too. Statistics show that despite cooling inflation in recent months, high prices continue to strain American households, with nearly 2/3 worse off and 70% unable to cover monthly bills. Lower-income adults particularly struggle to afford food, medical care, and other essentials. Although U.S. incomes grew in 2023, spending rose alongside those figures, leaving over half of U.S. adults struggling with tight budgets and little disposable income. While fortunately, financial problems are solvable. In Turkish, we say sağlık olsun, which means never mind, at least you have your health. But for Americans, that isn't necessarily the case, as healthcare is a heavy burden for many in the U.S. A recent study of 10 high-income countries shows the U.S. spending far more on healthcare than any other nation, yet ranking the lowest in overall health system performance. Despite excelling in care provision, the U.S. has the shortest life expectancy, the highest preventable mortality rate, and a severe affordability crisis, leaving 26 million Americans uninsured and a quarter underinsured. In 2023 alone, the U.S. recorded over 100,000 deaths from drug overdoses and nearly 43,000 deaths from gun violence, both stark statistical outliers among peer countries. Since 2000, nearly 1 million people have died of drug overdoses, and 13.5% of Americans 12 and older have used recreational drugs in the past 30 days. Sounds crazy, right? Can you imagine? According to another study, over 13% of Americans, around 34 million citizens, know someone who died due to unaffordable health care. Another study showed that an estimated 44,789 working-age Americans are dying annually from lack of insurance. And how could they not, when the average annual cost of family health insurance in the U.S. has reached $24,000, and the price of medicine is twice as high as in other high-income countries. And you can say now, but the U.S. economy is strong, people from all over the world are going there for work, they can work hard and earn well, right? Well, I don't want to disappoint you, but in October, U.S. job growth nearly stalled, adding just 12,000 jobs, the lowest since 2020, while employment gains for August and September were revised down by 112,000 jobs, highlighting potential economic uncertainty. And this brings us to another issue facing this country, homelessness, which is rapidly spreading across major U.S. cities. Homelessness in the U.S. surged by 12% to its highest level in 2023. California is home to 28% of the country's homeless population, while New York saw homelessness increase over 3 times the national rate. Over 500,000 people currently are experiencing homelessness across the U.S. Even more shocking, every year an estimated 4.2 million youth and young adults experience homelessness in the country. With such a large population of youths without a roof over their heads, it isn't surprising that the U.S. education system is also facing great challenges, from rampant inequalities to financial strain. with a shocking 78% of wealthy students attend university compared to just 28% of low-income students. University costs in the US have also skyrocketed, rising 12% annually between 2010 and 2022, and increasing by 179.2% over the past 20 years. While university was once tuition-free in the US, most American families now struggle to save for education, leading to $1.75 trillion in student debt. Only 11% of students receive scholarships, and those who default on loans face long-term financial consequences. They get reported to credit bureaus, meaning their credit ratings suffer, and then they find it harder to buy a house or a car or to enroll in school. Additionally, safety is a growing concern, with 57% of teens saying they are worried about the possibility of a school shooting, as a new chapter for the US is set to begin following the election of a new president. One wonders if these problems will be solved or if they will continue to be ignored.